Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and today I'm going to talk to you about this concept that I'm exploring right now as I'm reading the book Reflections of the Self by one of the deepest thinkers and a great writer, Krishnamurti. All right, so for those of you that don't know who Krishnamurti is, Krishnamurti has a fascinating story behind how he was created by the Theosophical Society. And I'm not going to go into the details about the creation of Krishnamurti. And when I say creation, there is a story of Krishnamurti being adopted by the Theosophical Society and being taught many different philosophical and spiritual traditions in the hopes of him becoming the next Messiah, basically. And that story takes a turn. So if you're interested in learning about Krishnamurti, you should definitely explore that. But today I'm going to talk about this concept that I am exploring based on the book and some of my own lived experiences. The concept that Krishnamurti talks about is the concept of happiness and meaning. And it was really interesting for me when I was reading the book where Krishnamurti talks about happiness as having a quality of receiving from the world, right? You get something from the world, whether it's through your relationships, whether it's through your employment, whether it's through your labor, whether it's through something. You receive something external to yourself and you're happy about it. Like, that's happiness. Now, there's nothing wrong with being happy, but happiness is also fleeting. Happiness is not a constant phenomenon just because it's so much tied to what's happening outside of us. The happiness we receive through something is going to go away sooner or later. Then Krishnamurti goes on and talks about meaning. And the way he talks about meaning in this book is that meaning is something internal, and it's very close to the concept expressed in the Bhagavad Gita as well. So meaning, according to Krishnamurti, is what you make of a situation. That situation could be a joyful situation, a sad situation, a devastating situation, or an amazing situation. Why is this happening? Like, why is this happening in my life? What is the larger purpose that this disaster even is serving? So Krishnamurti explains in such eloquence the concept of meaning versus happiness that I am very appreciative of the fact that I picked up this book and that I'm actually not even halfway through this book, and I've already feel like I've learned a key concept that's going to enhance my life. So, meaning. Say sometimes people go through divorce, sometimes people go through major heartbreaks, people lose a very lucrative job, people have deaths in their families, and life still goes on, right? Obviously, disastrous things are not happy things, but life still goes on. Now, if we think of these events that have happened in the light of curiosity, in the light of what does it mean to have this loss in my life right now? What does it mean for me to go through this hardship right now? I'm personally going through a really rough period right now in my life. And, when I think of the scenario that I'm going through from a perspective of meaning versus the perspective of not having happiness, or what do I do to be happy in this moment, there's a real chance that I may resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms just to find that happiness. just to achieve what I think is going to make me happy. But if I take a step back and I'm thinking about the bigger picture, and I'm thinking about what does it mean for me at this second to go through this hardship, now that starts to give me a perspective that is empowering, a perspective that still allows me to continue in the face of this challenge, right? And those are the types of perspectives in life that are going to get us ahead, versus a perspective where we are trying to find happiness amidst chaos. What that is doing, trying to find happiness amidst chaos, is it's taking us away from a very meaningful instance of our life that could have given us something very valuable. We are not focusing on the value that that event is providing to us at that moment. Now, there's nothing wrong in acknowledging the fact that something is challenging or something is causing you distress. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. I'm not negating the fact that sometimes you need help. Sometimes just thinking about the meaning may not necessarily be for the best of your mental health. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that trying to negate a aspect of our life just because it's not making us happy, that could be a real way of always chasing after something that is fleeting. If we actually got into the habit of finding meaning behind whatever is happening in our lives right now, that could bring us long-lasting fulfillment. And that's all I'm here to say today. This is Coach KP. Peace.